Hey everyone, it's Blair here again and welcome back to another kayak fishing video. It's been a while since I've been out in the water, and since there's some signs of Gurnard turning up, I thought I'd better go out and have a go. The spiny dogfish are just starting to thin out as it's coming into spring, but they're definitely still there in good numbers. There's also some good fishing to be had on the reef just out off Napier, so I'm going to be having a go out there too. After the 30-minute paddle and over 3 kilometers later, I arrived to Reef. The first thing I saw was some kahawai signs, so I dropped down a soft bait and quickly hooked up to one. This guy gave me a bit of trouble in the net, but eventually I got him in. Since I was over sand, it was pretty likely I was going to find some spinies. And with a fight like this, it was pretty apparent what was coming up. These dogfish do nothing on the way up and then save all their fighting for next to the kayak, just to make it harder for me. I reckon it's time to move on to Reef and look for something else. A bit of time went by before I got a nice hookup, but after anchoring on the reef in about 11 meters, I found some sign and dropped the baits down. Target species is blue cod and Tarakihi, and one of those is exactly what this fish was. It's been a long time since I've caught a blue cod big enough to take, and this one was perfect at about 37 centimeters. After the relatively slow start on the reef, the fish really came on the bite, and every drop was met with a hookup. These dwarf scorpionfish are a fairly common catch when fishing with small hooks over this reef. The spines are very toxic too. Another nice blue cod, but not the size that I'm looking for. A decent hookup on my spinning rod, and this fish was fighting a little differently. That's why. It's a nice Tarakihi. The last 2 trips it's been a real treat to get a couple of these to take home to eat. Often they are found only very far out to sea. So to catch one this close to home is great. The good fishing continued with another nice blue cod. This guy was just around the 33 centimeter mark, but I reckon he should go home. When I got this hookup, I really thought I'd hook something really nice. I was thinking maybe a really nice blue cod, blue moki, or even a big Tarakihi. Typically when your line starts to angle up, you know it's not one of those fish, but just another kahawai. This one was a really nice fatty, so he would be going in the net and then off to the smoker. ride time on the reef was relatively short, being only about an hour. The fish stopped taking the baits, and I thought it was time to move out onto the sand to try for a Gurnard. There'd been plenty of fish caught recently, with some being caught in as shallow as 8 metres, and the majority of them being caught over 20 metres. I headed out off the front of Pania Reef to go search for some. I knew there would be spinies there, but if there was some Gurnard in between, I wouldn't be too bothered. Love being out of the water when conditions are this glassy. The spinies were definitely there, but out of nowhere, this Gurnard popped up. I was reeling it in like it was a spiny, which is probably too fast for one of these fish. You can sometimes pull the hook if they're not hooked very well. I was pretty stoked that I'd managed to get one out of all of these demonic fish. Here comes another one of these demonic fish. This one's actually a pretty nice guy, he just let go. So the way I normally deal with spinies is using my Black Magic unhook pliers. They work damn good getting those hooks out of the spinies. Another Gurnard to the boat, and a really nice one. I had 2 rods wrapped around each other with braid going in all directions, and this fish was on the end of the other line that I had to untangle and then hand line up because I couldn't actually untangle it. I'm very happy to get number 2 for dinner, and these taste so good. For the final fish of the day, it was a pretty different hookup. It wasn't really fighting like a kahawai, but it was zipping around all over the place. So I was wondering what it was. It's a toothy barracuda. These guys can be pretty tough to deal with on a kayak too. Pretty simple to unhook with the pliers. They certainly don't make it easy though. With that fish released, it was pretty much the end to another trip. Just the final few drops before I headed back. It was about a 3k paddle all the way back to launch, and I made it in about half an hour. What a nice day out on the water on the first day of spring.